I'm being lit by a floor lamp right now because the amount of natural light in my apartment is equal to the amount of effort I put into this YouTube channel, which is little to none. The hoodie is because I got caught in a monsoon on the way home from work. But whatever, you guys don't come here to look at me, and if you do, I'm really sorry that I put in zero effort on my physical appearance. But if you're here for semi-interesting content, that I can bring you. Today I'm doing the story ideas writing tag. I was tagged in this by my good friend Brittany Wang. I'll link her channel down below. It was created by Bethany Atazada. I'll also link her channel. She is just thebomb.com. Both these ladies are fantastic. But it is an original new tag with 10 very specific topics regarding your story ideas. And if you want to do it, consider yourself tagged by me. I am super excited. Let's get into it. I have an eyelash in my eye and I'm gonna be blinking if I don't get it out. Ugh. Eyelashes are supposed to protect you from stuff getting in your eye, but most of the time when stuff gets in your eye, it's an eyelash. So the first question or topic in this tag is current story, and it is basically asking what is the current story you're working on right now. And as most of you know, I am working on Accidental Evils. That is the tentative title of the sequel to my first novel, Civil Blood. So I am in the editing stages of the second draft of my sequel. The second topic is spark of inspiration. Do your stories begin with character, world building, plot, or something else entirely? And my answer to this is definitely characters. My stories are completely character driven. This particular book focuses a little bit more on world building because we meet a certain character who brings us into kind of deeper into the world that this series is set in. But all it is fodder for more character growth. So definitely 100% character driven. Third topic is brainstorm. So how do you puzzle piece your story elements together? And for me, I tend to have really specific scenes that I want, and then I will quilt from there to sort of make the specific scenes fit. And that sort of helps me discover my overall character arcs and get me into a sort of vibe of the story. And I kind of do this by plotting backwards. I don't know if anybody else does this kind of thing, but like using the Wizard of Oz as an example, the last thing that kind of happens is that they meet the wizard, right? So I would write meet the wizard, and then in parentheses I'd write this happens because, and then write the next thing that happens. This happens because, but you're working backwards from the back to the front, so you can justify every like plot or every event that happens in your story. So if I knew that they met the wizard and I knew that Dorothy followed the yellow brick road, I'd have to piece from meeting the wizard all the way back to the yellow brick road, and that would make up my story, and making sure that every action is justified by the action before it. So that's kind of how I piece everything together, is making sure I can say Z happened because Y happened because X. The fourth topic is keep or toss. How do you know if you want to keep or toss a story idea? And that's really simple, and I feel like it's simple for a lot of writers. It's whether or not you're motivated to write it. I could have a really bomb idea, but if it's just not grabbing me, I just won't be motivated to work on it, and so I'll know that it's not the idea for me necessarily. Like I said, I'm really character driven, so it's more so that I figure out a character I want to write and I kind of create a story around them. That's definitely what happened with the Thistle Wolf series. Was my two main characters were the thing I wanted to talk about, and then I just kind of built their world. The next topic is original idea. How much of your original idea is used in your story once it's done? And since I've only finished one book, I'd say like 60 to 70%. The main idea of this series is very prevalent in the completed parts of it. But most of it, I guess, I mean, there's a lot of trash, don't get me wrong, but the key ideas and themes and elements are still there. The next one is dream, and it's do you have any book ideas that originated with a dream or nightmare? And I shared this on Instagram once, but I woke up from like a half sleep one time and opened the reminders in my phone and just wrote up but in space, like the Pixar movie Up but in space. So Psychologists don't know what that means. There's also a mystery adult novel that I got an idea for because I had a dream that I was Abby from Broad City, and then I went to a house party at the college and my pregnant cousin was there, but she wasn't like my cousin, but she was my pregnant cousin, like Abby's pregnant cousin. And then she got blown up and then I had to solve like the murder and figure out what happened, and so that's an idea. I skipped one. One of the topics was hide or share. Do you share your book ideas or hide them? And it really depends on if it's a big thing or a little thing. I tend to share little things and hide big things. I don't want to give spoilers, and you know, having so much content related to my story before it's even released is really daunting to me to try and find spoilerless content to post. So I'll do little stuff about my characters. There's a theme. The next topic is doppelganger. Have you ever had an idea for a book but saw it in another book or movie or TV series? And the answer is yes. This year, was it this year that I read The Graces by Laura Eve? I freaked out because it's really similar to my story. Even there's a character named River in that story, and I was like, oh my god, I have to change my stuff now. But it's a totally different story. It just has similar, there's witches, there's a person named River, there's hot siblings, there's a family with a lot of talk surrounding them, there's like a cool witchy family, and dark shit happens. Like that. Okay, fine. This question is big screen inspiration. Are there any movies or TV shows that have inspired certain scenes in your story? Buffy, Carrie, Clueless, The Exorcist, Heathers, Practical Magic, West Side Story, Stranger Things, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Harry Potter, Macbeth, Julius Caesar, Romeo and Juliet. And the final topic is nostalgia. What is the first story idea you remember coming up with or writing down? And the answer is a paranormal romance between a werewolf and a vampire, which is pretty much what I'm still writing. That was 10 years ago. If you don't know anything about that, I will link to the video where I read excerpts from that manuscript that I wrote when I was in 7th grade. And that's all I've got for this week's video. I do want to let you guys know that this is going to be the last video for a little while due to lots of things coming up in June and July for me personally. I will be taking a hiatus from both my blog and my YouTube channel. The next video will come up July 21st, so I'm taking about a solid month off from content, as well as my blog. A blog went up on Wednesday, and that will be the last one until July 18th? Is that a Wednesday? Yes, it is. But in the meantime, if you miss my face, you can go to Instagram. I will still be posting on Instagram like normal. I'll be on Twitter-ish. I won't really be on Facebook, but Instagram is a place to find me, to talk to me. Let me know what kind of video ideas you guys have so that when I come back in July, I will be raring to go with fresh new content. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe. I know that I just said I'm going on a month hiatus, but I will come back, and I'd appreciate it if you were still here. And I'll see you in July. Bye.